Hello, callers. Welcome back to Viva Barca. Welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to be discussing on some interesting updates. We start with this huge report claiming that Barca are close to activating a €180 million boost, and the economic lever has been officially approved by La Liga. We are going to be discussing on that as we progress. Then, secondly, talking about Ansu Fati, as the Barca youngster was hesitant to take legendary jersey. I'm talking about the legendary number 10 jersey at the club, according to a new revelation. We are also going to be discussing about that. So, guys, as we get right into it, please do ensure to subscribe. If you are just coming across the channel for the very first time, you are highly welcome. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. In a big development, Gerard Romero has reported that Barcelona have activated an economic lever that will see them rake in a massive amount of about €180 million in exchange for a 49% stake in Barca Studios. The investment is said to come from Mountain Nazca, a private equity fund manager from Mexico, who will buy the aforementioned share of Barca Studios and put that amount of 180 million to the club, of which 30 million will be paid this summer. The operation has already been approved by La Liga. It must be noted that 49% share that has been sold does not come from that 51% majority ownership that Barca held. Instead, Barca are reselling the same 49% stake that they had sold last summer. Instead, as a lever, the Blaugrana had sold 24.5% of the shares to Orpheus Media and Socios.com each, in exchange of €100 million from each company. However, the club had received only 10 million each from those aforementioned companies in payments, with the rest due in installments over 3 years. But with neither company paying the €30 million installment this year in due time, Barca were forced to look at other options. An agreement with the German investor for a 16% stake in exchange for €60 million was so close, but it stalled last week, leading to more concerns. Now, though, Barca have an agreement with Mountain Nazca for 49% stake that they had initially sold to Orpheus Media and Socios.com, who will be to give up the stake, with Barcelona pocketing €180 million from the deal. Of that 180 million, 30 million is expected to arrive this summer itself, which, coupled with the sales of Dembele and Franck Kessié, should help Barca register their players smoothly and potentially invest in more signings. Of course, that's a great boost, isn't it? We know we have been really searching for cash in order to facilitate our transfer window, facilitate new signings, and also the registration of players. La Liga kicks off tomorrow officially, but Barca plays its first game away to Getafe on Sunday night. And it's still something that I still surprised that Barca are still to register the new signings, and as well as players who did extended their contracts last season. So far, just 13 players are being registered players in La Liga, which means that if La Liga begins today, just 13 players will be eligible to play. I think Barca will always like to do their things, but in the last minute, I just hope that it won't bring problems. That's just it. Because today is already Thursday, 3 days we are playing our first game. So Barca have just tomorrow and Saturday to finalize those registration. And of course, it has not been an easy summer, to be honest. The transfer window has been coming with its own back and forth. So far, no new players added, just the 4, as we all know, 3 of them in their 30s. The youngest one still not coming to Barca till January. I'm talking about Victor Roque. So as the summer goes on, let's see how things are doing, because Barca so far have not get all the necessary additions to the squad. We know that the right back is one of the priorities. Javi wants to also add a midfielder, He also wants to add a midfielder. So definitely, I think If they don't do that, then we can't say we have a very good season, or let me say a good summer. So far, we have signed players, yes, but are those the players that we actually wanted to sign in the first place? Not actually, apart from Ilkay Gundogan, but I think we just have to cope with what we have. We know that economically, Barca have been going through a lot for many years now, since President Joan Laporta took over the reign for his second spell as president. It hasn't been easy, and I think that these economic levers have helped us a lot. That is why they always say no risk, no reward. If Barca are going for this again, saying that we are expecting 180 million euros economic lever and La Liga have approved it, it should be worth celebrating because it will help us a lot. I hope that that amount come in as soon as possible so that Barca can facilitate the registration of some of these players before our first game in La Liga, which kicks off on Sunday night against Getafe away from home. Of course, Laporta has not been having it easy, trying to balance the books, trying to make sure that things go smoothly. We are still in with some top players out there, but where is the money to bring them? That's the issue. That's the issue. So it feels really, really bad to be a Barca fan now, but we just have to love the club for what it is. Then on to the final story of discussion. Barca's number 10 shirt is arguably the one with the most weight in football. There is no end to the long list of legends who have done that iconic number, including the great Lionel Messi. There was thus a lot of unrest in Catalonia after the Argentine maestro left the club, so as who should inherit the special kit. In the end, Barcelona's youngster Ansu Fati was announced as the team's new number 10. Many saw the La Masia star to be the future of the club's attack, and the decision was not questioned by many. 2 years later, the Spanish forward is in a tight spot. Indeed, injuries have not been kind to him at all in his short career so far. However, there are significant numbers of fans who now question the decision to hand Fati the number 10 shirt. According to reports from Sport, the youngster did not push to be assigned Messi's kit. He hesitated a lot before accepting the challenge and knew the pressure that came with it. So Fati discussed the proposal at length with the captain Sergio Busquets and only took it upon himself after receiving the captain's advice. So Ansu Fati has suffered over the past 2 years with repeated injuries and surgical procedures. Making a comeback from such a threatening setback was far from easy for him last season. He appears closer to his former self now ever than ever. The 20-year-old scored the team's winning goal both against AC Milan and Tottenham and is showing some high level of training, yet there are doubts over his future. So guys, with that we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.